All right, let's jump right in. What if I told you that the secret to cracking the basics of any language wasn't in some huge, intimidating textbook, but it was hidden inside just 7 super simple sentences? I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but we're about to unlock a powerful code that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
So, this is the big question, right? Imagine you're dropped into a brand new country, you don't speak a single word of the language. Could this tiny handful of phrases actually be enough to get by? To communicate? To survive? That's what we're here to figure out.
And here they are, the 7 magic sentences. I bet you're looking at these and thinking, really? That's it? They seem almost childish, don't they? I am hungry. I am tired. But trust me, don't let that simplicity fool you. There's a really deep and powerful logic hiding in this list.
To really get it, we need to stop seeing this as just a random shopping list of phrases. You have to see it as a map of our most basic, universal human needs. So let's break down what each of these sentences is really doing.
First things first, the most critical function you need is to communicate your physical state. Before you can have an opinion, before you can make a plan, you've got to be able to tell someone how your body's feeling. I mean, we're talking about survival at its most primal level.
So naturally, we start with the absolute essentials. I am hungry. Now, this isn't just a sentence about wanting a sandwich. It's a universal signal. It cuts right through any cultural or language barrier to communicate a biological need that literally any person on the planet can understand.
And you can see the pattern already, can't you? The exact same idea applies to I am thirsty. It covers the next critical survival need. And notice that structure? It's identical. I am plus how you feel. That simple, repeatable formula is what makes this system so incredibly easy to pick up.
And this one here completes the trifecta of our core physical needs. So with just these 3 little sentences, boom, you've covered the most urgent signals your body can send out. The need for food, for water, and for rest. You've established a baseline for your own well-being.
Okay, so your basic survival needs are covered. What's next? Well, you need to start interacting with the world around you. And that all begins with expressing preference. This is how you start to make choices and show that you're a person with your own wants and needs.
Now this is just genius in its simplicity. You have I like this and I don't like that. This pair of opposites is an unbelievably powerful tool. It lets you accept or reject anything, food, an object, a situation, without needing a massive vocabulary. Think of it as your basic navigation system for everything, a simple yes or no.
So up until now, we've only been stating facts about ourselves. I am hungry. I like this. The next essential step is to shift from just making passive statements to actually interacting. You need to be able to ask for something.
And this sentence is the perfect example of that jump. It's not just I am thirsty anymore. With please give me water, you're now combining that need with a direct, polite request for someone to do something. You're not just stating a problem, you're asking for help to solve it. That's a huge leap in communication.
All right, we're almost there. After you've handled your physical state, your preferences, and your requests, there's just one last piece to this puzzle. You have to be able to communicate what you are about to do. This is all about declaring your own intent.
This simple phrase, I am going home, gives you agency. It gives you control. It's a crystal clear statement about your plan. And it doesn't matter if home is a 5-star hotel or a tiny hut. This sentence signals the end of an interaction and tells people what your next move is. It gives you the power to leave a situation on your own terms.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second. We've looked at each sentence up close, but when you step back and see the big picture, you realize they aren't just 7 random phrases. No way. They form a complete, systematic survival toolkit.
And that's the absolute key takeaway here. This is not a list you just memorize. It's a toolkit. Every single one of those sentences we learned is a specific tool designed for a very specific job, giving you this amazing, versatile set of options for communication.
You can see how it all fits together, right? You've got tools for every single core function: expressing your physical state, making a request, stating what you like and don't like, and declaring what you're going to do. This whole functional approach is so much more powerful than just memorizing a list of random nouns. It's about learning what you can do with the language.
So, the big question is, where do we go from here? Is this toolkit the end of the road? Absolutely not. This is the launching pad. This is the solid foundation that everything else you'll learn is going to be built on.
And you know, the path forward from here is actually pretty straightforward. First, you master these core functions. You get the toolkit down.
Then you start modifying and expanding. You can swap new words into these sentence structures. Instead of I am tired, you can learn I am happy or I am lost. You can change please give me water to please give me food. And then you learn to flip these into questions, and suddenly you're not just surviving, you're having a conversation.
And here it is, the ultimate takeaway. This isn't just some clever trick for one language. This whole principle works for learning any language. The real lesson here is to start with function. Ask yourself, what do I need to do with this language? And learn that first. Don't get bogged down in endless grammar rules and vocabulary lists.
So, I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Thinking about these core functions, your physical state, your preferences, your requests, and your intentions, if you had to build your own survival language toolkit from scratch, what would your first 7 sentences be? The answer to that, well, that might just be your personal key to unlocking a whole new world.